Right, hello, welcome to Tom Talks, first episode of 2020, and I've got my first guest live on the air. Please welcome, it is Mr. Alex Taylor.
Hello.
How are we doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. Fed, watered.
Right, so before I get started, I'm gonna try it with every guest that I have on. A little game. It used to be on the radio, so I've kind of stole. I think it's from Radio 1, so however, I don't think it's copyrighted, but it's a game called Send or Delete. Okay. Yeah. Now, the premises of the game is you're going to have to load your contacts up on your phone, scroll through them until I tell you to stop. Whoever it stops on, you can choose to either send a message or delete them from your phone.
Or delete them from my phone? Okay.
Yeah, so you either delete the contact or you send them a message that I've got pre-written for you on mine. So I'll read it out to you, you send it, and then we'll touch back later on to see what their reply is.
Okay, this could go horrendously well or really, really bad, because there's like some people on my contacts that I just haven't, because I've had the same phone since I was like in high school. So I've got loads of numbers from like all like years and years ago that I just probably haven't spoken to.
So potentially you can end up texting someone you haven't spoken to for a few years. This random text I'm going to get you to send them over, like, what the hell?
Yeah. Or it could be like a family member. So I don't know.
Who knows? So are you ready?
Yes.
Right. Start scrolling.
Okay. I'm scrolling. I'll keep looking at you, so I'm not actually looking at the.
And stop.
You might know who this is actually, and I haven't spoken to her since my first year at Perrin Sands.
Oh, how long ago was
that? 2016, that was.
Oh, a few years ago then. So who is it?
Fiona Clark.
Oh, yes.
I'll message her. What's the message?
Right, so this is going to be from you, right?
Yeah.
Now I've got this text. Have you seen that? You know, like Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
There's a game called New Phone Who Dis, and it's basically text conversations.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I've gone on and I found a text conversation of like what you would send to somebody. So the text goes like this.
Yeah.
Can you please stop calling me daddy? ? It makes me really uncomfortable.
Okay. Can you please stop calling me daddy? It makes... She's gonna be like, what? It makes me really... uncomfortable. Do I put like a kiss or anything at the end, or just full stop? Do I just leave it like that?
Just full stop. Just send it.
Okay.
And then what will make it even funnier is she texts you back saying,
there you go.
Me daddy. It makes me... You've sent it, right? It'll be funny to see.
It's been sent. I'll leave it there so we can see. Yeah.
Fantastic. So, Alex, how are you finding the whole social distancing and self-isolation?
Well, I would have been working on board the cruise ships at this point, but
because that was it was very sort of random. Because one minute you'd posted, you'd accepted the job, you were moving here, blah blah blah, and then within like the space of a week or a couple of days, it's gone. I'm now leaving. I'm off to do this. And they were like, whoa.
Yeah, because what happened was in that meantime, in that period between the two, P&O then offered me the job, saying, we're giving you the job, but we don't know, you don't know when your start date's going to be. So I was like, well, it could be any time from next week till the end of the year. So I was like, well, I don't want to go back to Haven. And then they call me partway through the year and me then have to sack in half the year at Haven, because I don't think that would be fair on the park that I've been going to. So that's why I then decided to leave Haven in the proviso that at some point in the near future, fingers crossed, I would then be on the ships. And it turned out I was going to be going on the 23rd of March. So it kind of worked out well, other than the fact that we now are all in lockdown and I can't go.
All in lockdown and self-quarantine. So where are you staying at the moment? Are you staying at your mum's?
Yeah, but my mum and my stepdad's at the moment, yeah.
Oh, how are you finding that? Is that your childhood bedroom you're in?
Yeah, this is my childhood bedroom, yeah. I have an exercise bike in my room, which it's fun to sit on whilst you're on the phone, but that's about it. That's all I use it for. So
you've not actually used it yet?
No. I run probably 2-3 times a week.
Oh, see, I have that effort where I'll be like, right, it's a nice day. I'll get up early, go for a jog around where my mum lives, and it never happens. I set my alarm, goes off, and I'm like, nah, can't do it. I've just seemed to have lost all motivation since this whole lockdown's coming. I think I was a bit, not, I was going to say senile then, but it's not senile. A bit, what's the word? Juvenile.
Yeah.
Something like that. But like, I don't think I saw how big of an impact this was going to have. Like, I've had to move off park. Bear in mind, I've lived on a park since I was 18.
Yes, yeah.
And then 5 years ago, when I was made full time, my accommodation became my home. So it's got everything. I bought my own sofas, coffee table, TV, broadband, Sky, everything. And then it's like you've got to move off, and you've got to go quarantine. It's like, brilliant. Okay, like I've not even moved back to my childhood home, because since I've worked away, I think my mum's moved like 3 times, and in my entire childhood we've probably moved around 5 times. So my old childhood home I've not lived in since I was 16. So I've come to my mum's, and it's like I've got nothing. I've got no home comforts. I've literally got my laptop and my phone, and that is it. Like, it's driving me mental. I lay in bed on the morning and I'll do the ritual of going through Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and then I'm like, so what do I do now? I'll get up, get dressed, and go and sit in the front room on the sofa for the rest of the day.
Well, I like to practice this. I think it works quite well. So every morning when I get up, I don't go on Facebook or any social media for the first hour or so that I'm awake for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Unless I've got like a message from someone from the previous night, like Laura, like my girlfriend or something like that. But I won't go on social media for like first hour that I'm up.
See, that's quite good. I might try that, because I'm very good at, if I delete the apps off my phone, I don't go on them. Like, I've done the experiment like last year and stuff, and the year before, where I'll delete Facebook for a little bit, and I'd literally just delete the app. I'd suspend my account, delete the app, and then I can go a week, 2 weeks without looking at it. But when I've got it on the phone, it's that habit where you pick it up and I just scroll. I think the thing I'm addicted to the most at the moment is TikTok. Now, I've not joined the hype of making videos, but I will sit on the For You page, and before I've known it, I've scrolled through for about 3 hours on the For You page.
Oh my God. No, I enjoy on Snapchat the So Satisfying things, which is
yes.
Oh,
yeah, I watch them. Just sit there, and it's just like, especially when you got your headphones in and you can just hear the sound. It's like they're cutting the blocks of sand, and
anyone who listens to this is like, what the fuck?
No,
but anyone who doesn't know what we're on about knows exactly how we feel.
They have fully probably switched off by now, being like, this is boring, not listening, see you later. So obviously you're in lockdown, self-isolation, so you've not seen your girlfriend for a while. Does she live far from you?
Yeah, Blackpool. I'm in Birmingham. So like 2.5 hours, 3 hours away.
And when was the last time you saw her?
It was for my friend's wedding from university, which was the 29th of Feb. So I saw her 1st of March, I think was the last time I saw her.
Blimey. So nearly, over a month ago now.
Yeah. It's like 53 days, I think it is, wasn't it, like that?
And are you having like FaceTime dates, or are you just like text each other every now and again?
Yeah, we message each other, we text each other. We mainly phone each other though. Mainly.
I was going to say the way you went, like your voice went really high.
Yeah, because I'm pretty bad at texting back. That's the thing. Like, if you want to get hold of me, phone me and I'll talk to you for hours. But like, message me, and I'm just horrendous at getting back to people.
So, what's your daily routine then while you're in lockdown?
I'll wake up probably about 8:45 every day. That's about 9:15, 9:30, that kind of time. That 45-minute period is when I normally wake up. Then I'll go downstairs. I usually make a really nice coffee in the catheter, not the catheter, because that's something completely different.
You don't want to be having a catheter. Absolutely not.
No, don't want coffee out of a catheter. It's a catheter. And then, I don't know, because I've been doing a podcast as well with 2 of my friends from back home, and we record it every Saturday. But from Saturday to Wednesday, when it gets released, I edit it, because it takes a while for me to edit it and change it and all that kind of thing. and decide what we're keeping in and we're not keeping in. So I do that between Saturday and Wednesday. And then between Wednesday and Saturday, I then plan what we're going to do in the next one. So I get all the news stories and stuff ready for the next one. But recently I've also done the garden a lot, like painted the fence, replaced some stones, filled in the gaps in between the slabs and stuff. It's been like an episode of Ground Force, really.
I generally couldn't even imagine you doing that. I think, like, because not working with you, but like we've worked in the same industry, I couldn't physically see you being like some big butch guy carrying the slabs over your shoulder, like, you know, like from the Diet Coke adverts. Like, that is just, I can imagine you holding it two hands and proper, like, trying to scrape it across the floor, like sweating, breaking your back out to carry one slab in across. Yeah,
well, it's like the grout in between. So like that was all got out, and then like the new stuff was brushed in. So basically it's like sand that you put in between it, and when it gets damp it goes hard. So then it fills in the gaps. Yeah, and then dig out all the old stones, put new stones in, paint the fence, and that the garden done, to be fair now.
So you've been busy then. I mean, we're in, like, to be fair, I don't even know how many weeks I've been, like,
3 weeks, isn't it now?
Is it 3 weeks?
Yeah, going on to 4th week, yeah.
Because it's just, and then talking about, because I'm obviously following news, because like you say, like researching for the podcast and stuff, I've been like scrolling like Twitter and the news and stuff, and I try and stay away from the news because it's a lot of scare tactics. Like, I don't think, like, all they keep doing at the moment is posting how many people have died, which obviously is sad. However, every year 16 million people die from the flu.
Yeah.
And that's never made a big thing of. And I get the coronavirus is this whole new pandemic, and it's quite severe, and like hundreds of thousands of people are dying. I get that, but I just think they're making it out to be more worse than what it is. Like, they've not shown the fact that in the first 2 weeks 116,000 people had survived it. So that 116,000 people that have been tested have been in hospital and have recovered from the coronavirus.
Yeah, that's the thing that I found quite disturbing, is the fact that the UK hasn't announced how many people have actually been cured from coronavirus. They've only said how many people have died and how many cases there are and how many people have got it. And there's no value on how many people have actually survived. Whereas America has obviously the numbers are a lot bigger, but they also have the numbers of saying how many were actually cured.
Yeah, just speaking about America, have you heard what Donald Trump has told people that he's wanting to start doing?
No, I have not.
So Donald Trump's cure for the coronavirus is to start injecting people with disinfectant.
That wouldn't work.
No, I think it would kill people more than it would. But there was a news clip that I saw online, and it's saying about like finding a way to inject people into their lungs with disinfectant because that kills the coronavirus. And it's like, how the hell is he still the president?
Yeah, I get that the disinfectant would probably kill the virus, but it would also destroy the inside of your lungs as well.
Yes. But hey, it's Donald Trump. Hopefully he trials it on himself first.
It does like a self-trial, see if it works.
So obviously with the lockdown, I don't think the UK have locked down as well as they should have done. I think they should have done it like what Germany and what Italy have done, where it's complete, and Spain as well. Like, it's complete lockdown. If you're out, you're fine. Like, I don't think the UK have had a handle. I think had they done a full-on lockdown and only key workers allowed to go to work, like truck drivers, nurses, and healthcare professionals and stuff like that, I think we'd probably be coming out the other side of it now.
Yeah. But then you have to look at like the difference between us and Italy and us and Spain, for instance. Like, Italy and Spain are really, really heavily hit by the coronavirus, whereas, we're pretty bad, but we're nowhere near the numbers that they've had.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, China actually knew they had it 6 weeks prior to releasing it to the public.
Yes.
Which I just find astonishing, because there was a big thing. I can't remember who sent me the video through of a senator or somebody high up in the American government talking about it, basically saying that someone should be held accountable because China knew about it. However, they kept it under wraps and allowed people to travel in and out of China or Wuhan, while they signed a trade deal with the US. So they wanted to get this trade deal done first, and then they released, because it was literally, I think, 2 or 3 days after they signed the trade deal, but they released that they had this coronavirus, a big pandemic. And they're saying if they'd known about it and they'd have stopped all flights out and in, it might not have been as bad as what it is now.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at it that way because everyone loves a good conspiracy theory and all that kind of thing. But they're not, there's diseases that happen all over the world that the average person doesn't know about, and they don't really need to know about, to be fair. So, it's like tetanus and polio and all those kind of things in third world countries are still like a massive thing, and people still die.
I don't think I realised how bad it actually was, because it came out, like, it started when we were all at training in Wales. So obviously we were all isolated on a park anyway, and obviously it was going on in the news, and people were like, "Oh, what if it comes to the UK?" Blah blah blah. And it's just like, there's always something going on in China. Like, it'll be news for a couple of days and it'll go, and it's like we've done like the 3 weeks of training and I went back to park, and I don't think I realised the severity of it until I went shopping, because I went shopping to do like my big shop, because obviously I hadn't been like home for weeks, and literally Aldi had like only 3 items per person on per like item you were getting. It's just like how mental it is. Like, Aldi wasn't as bad, like the shelves were pretty well stocked, but then I went to Tesco and Asda, and the shelves are bare. Like, I mean, everyone's been panic buying toilet roll, which I find funny because I always stock up on toilet roll. Like, if I go to the shop, I'll always buy a big 24 case of it and keep it.
Yeah, but that's because it's cheaper, and you know that you're not going to need to buy another 24 pack for a couple of months, let's say.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So, like, it just makes sense.
Everybody, and that's what makes me laugh, because none of the symptoms were you're going to get diarrhea, you're going to be sat on the toilet constantly. It's a case of you got a sore throat, you got a fever, and you got a cough. Like, and yet the one thing people went out and bought was bog roll and hand sanitizer.
Yeah,
and it's like, even hand sanitizer. Like, I mean, I found when this was all going off and at work, they were like, you need to make sure you wash your hands all the time. I was even walking around the thing. I always use the sanitizers, but I was finding myself using it more. I was going out of my way to use it, and then
it's like a good thing.
It is a good thing, but at the same time, like, all the shelves have been cleared in the supermarkets. Like, how unclean are people to now have to stock up on this?
Yeah,
because if you just carry on doing what you'd normally do, you'd be fine. But for some reason, they've just gone way out of control and gone, I need all this. It felt a bit like supermarket sweep.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, physically supermarket sweep. You walked in and it's like the shelves were just stripped bare. Mental.
Yeah, but I think once everyone had panicked buyed, like, you go in now and it's nowhere near as busy and the shelves are nowhere near as clear and stuff like that. So everyone did that whole panic buying thing, and now they're, because there was a thing where, was it Comet or something like that, where they'd actually run out of fridges and freezers because people had panic bought fridges and freezers.
It does make me laugh a little bit. I mean, like, my mum, she's a truck driver, and she works for a distribution company in Scotland that delivers to like Sainsbury's, Tesco's, and Asda and stuff all across the country. And they've been really busy up until the last couple of weeks, where it's died off because people have panic bought. The supermarkets tried to get that high demand in, but now because people have been either laid off work or aren't getting their full pay, they're now pulling back on what they're spending. So it's gone from like one extreme to the other, which is just mental. I mean,
which I thought was quite good in that, because people say that Britain don't source anything themselves anymore, we import it all in and stuff. But to be able to increase the production by nearly 3 times on almost every product that we provide in the UK shows how much more we could create if we needed to.
Yeah, massively. Like, we have such a good industry in the UK that we could sustain ourselves, really, which is another reason why I think we've left Brexit. Obviously, you've got like your factories, like I know Nestle in York, They closed their chocolate factory in Yorkshire. They still have the factory, but it's derelict. And then next to it, they've got like their administration building and their offices, but they've shipped it all abroad because it was cheaper to make.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest issue, is getting all them businesses back into the UK to sort of start producing again.
And this is something that I think that something like this happening shows their businesses and stuff like that. Well, if we'd actually kept, 30% of our stuff in the UK rather than shipping 100% of it abroad, then we actually could have been able to do something about it. So it might have a good effect. I don't know.
At the moment, companies in the UK are doing really well. Like, they've all they're not allowed to furlough, and a lot of them aren't not allowed to lay off their teams or staff, and they've been encouraged to furlough their teams to keep that team retention. I know, my company, they furloughed everybody and kept key people on that can work from home and do the job from home, and done the whole government scheme of 80% of your wage is covered, which is great, because I think for me especially, that puts my mind at ease, because I've got my daughter to pay for, my car finance to pay for, phone bill and stuff like that. So for me, I feel at ease. As much as I hate not working, I've tried to volunteer for places, but nobody will take me on, even volunteering, because of the whole COVID-19, that they need to do tests and stuff before you can start work. My mum, every time she goes to work, they have to take her temperature, and if it's even a degree over what it should be, they'll send her home.
Yeah, because a degree is quite a substantial amount, because typically you sit at 36.5, I think it is.
Yeah.
That's your temperature.
But obviously you're not working at the moment. Are you contracted and still being paid, or?
Yeah, I'm getting paid in full from, as far as I'm aware, in full up until the end of my contract, which is June, July.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah.
That's good, because I was reading online, it infuriates me. I'd sit back and read all this stuff, and people have been going in, obviously Premiership football players are being criticised for apparently saying that they're not taking a pay cut and all this kind of stuff.
Yes.
And you read into it more, and they are taking a pay cut. They're just wanting to set up their own foundation to put that money into it, so they know where it's going. Because a lot of the Premiership clubs are wanting their players to take pay cuts so they can keep afloat.
Yeah.
But then I saw one the other day, and someone's kicked off at Victoria and David Beckham, because Victoria Beckham has taken the government scheme out on her designer business, and so she's furloughing 30 members, and people are kicking off saying she's worth $335 million or pounds. Why isn't she paying for it herself? What's your take on that?
Well, if you've earned it, then it's technically your money. And I don't think you can do, because you'd have the whole thing of money laundering and stuff like that. If you end up paying people out of your own personal money, then it doesn't work. That's not how business works.
I mean, I look at it.
If you're a sole trader, it counts as you putting money into your business pay it out. But the way that it works is you earn money, it goes into a pot, then that all gets distributed out. If there's not enough money in that pot to be able to sustain the business, then you're going to need external help. However much you're getting paid or whatever like that, that's, she could probably donate some money to a cause of some kind and things like that. But I get why she's done it, for the sake of.
I mean, I totally agree with you, because I look at it, and yes, they have a net worth of 335 million. However, that 335 million is not sat in their bank.
No.
That 335 million is on properties. It's just created a football club, so part of that's gone into that. They've got businesses, and when someone's
TV shows, record deals, all that kind of thing.
And it's net worth. Why is she not paying out of her money? It's going, well, why is the CEO of P&O not paying everyone out of his own pocket? Why is Richard Branson,
the CEO of Haven, for instance?
Why is Richard Branson not paying everyone out of his own pocket? It's because it's not their money. It's the business that they've set up. So, for example, if I was to set a business up, I'd get a business loan.
Yeah.
And then like the profit you make goes back into that business to keep it going. Once you start making that profit, you'll pay your business loan off, and then your business solely relies on the profit.
Yeah.
Because again, Virgin's been under fire for apparently asking for government handouts to pay teams and stuff like that, and it's just like it's a business, it's a world of business. Like every company that's not allowed to function or work is asking for help because they just substantially cannot work. Like Primark, they're not an online shopping fashion, it's a store only, and since the whole pandemic they've gone from making 650 million pounds to nothing. And that's drastic. If you think a supermarket giant like that's now getting no income whatsoever, it's a massive effect. Because I think it's going to affect everything massively when we come out of this, like from entertainment to businesses, because I think people are going to realise the way forward is online. Like even from the smallest franchise, because if you go online, you can sustain yourself.
Yeah.
Entertainment. I've been watching Russell Howard online, on TV, where he's sat in his bedroom and interviewed people over like Zoom or Skype or whatever. Yeah. And they've produced it and made it into a TV show. You've got the likes of Ellen DeGeneres that goes out to millions, if not billions, of people in America and the UK, and she's sat in her home with a camera.
Yeah. And I get that, but I still think the show must go on. They put Phantom on there. There is no way you can put anything on a screen in front of me and tell me that's as good as sitting in the front row at Phantom of the Opera and seeing it live.
Stuff like that. I think it's still key. But what I'm saying, I think from like your entertainment perspective, like your chat shows, your game shows, your soap operas and stuff like that, like they've had to adapt quickly. We've been doing Neil has been doing an online interactive quiz, and that's been taken off massively.
And then Chris does his
Chris Story on Twitch.
That's the one.
And like they've been taken off massively, and that's literally just sat with your laptop in your living room creating entertainment. So I do think the entertainment world is going to be appreciated a lot more, because this is a time where people are needing it.
Yeah, and when you go, like if you go online, most of the biggest entertainment comes from online from YouTube. Is gaming. Weirdly, it's one of the biggest ones because it's all done online, and without you having someone sat on your shoulder, there's no way you can broadcast it to the world other than, a bit like a podcast, for instance. There's no way you're going to get like 20 people in a room to sit there quietly and listen to us talk.
No,
it would just be a weird concept. It only exists online because that's how it works.
And that's the thing. I think while we're in self-isolation, like for doing the quiz online, like it's great because it brings you all together. Like we've got a managers group chat and we all talk on it, like after the quiz, how well we did, we share our screenshots, and it's great because for that 20 minutes, it's bringing people together. Because, especially for those that suffer with anxiety and depression and stuff like that, which is huge in the entertainment world. And I think that the soul of that is for the high pressures of the job, like fear of rejection from like auditions and stuff like that. So the entertainment world, as much as we're the ones that go out and put smiles on people's faces and give them like a great time, we're also the ones that suffer the most in silence. And it's great to see the support from everybody that like I work with and all the other managers and stuff that reach out on the group chat. How's everyone doing today? Or like we'll jump on Zoom as like a manager's team and just chat utter bollocks. Like,
yes, of course.
Because it's even though you're isolated by yourself, you're not on your own. Like,
it's important
massively. And then like I say, like the entertainment industry itself has had to adapt massively. Like you say, like if you were setting up your own sort of TV channel or like you were wanting to get out there, what's the best way to do it at a low cost? YouTube. Like you get yourself a headset, microphone, whatever, and you're away, you edit yourself, you put it on yourself, you create your own audience in a sense, because you're not, whereas you're on TV, it's catered to certain people and you've got to do it a certain way, whereas online you can do your own content the way you want it, because it's for people to choose to watch.
Yes, of course.
And it's a low cost, but can also make a lot of money online. Like if you get, I think it's something like, for every million views you get on YouTube, you get 100 grand.
Yeah, so you have to get, so because I've already looked into it, for your YouTube videos to be monetized. So at the moment, like none of my stuff on YouTube is monetized at all.
Yeah.
For it to be monetized, you need 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000 hours of watch time. So you could have 1,000 subscribers, but those 1,000 subscribers hadn't watched any of your material. So that's why they have the 4,000 hours of watch time. So it's the amount of hours that in total
people are watching as well.
Have viewed, in total.
Yeah.
So that's why you need the 1,000 and the 4,000 to actually start to begin monetize. However, how much is per view or X amount of views, I don't actually know.
No, because I think like for monetizing stuff, it all go on like who wants to advertise on your channel and how much you're willing to pay. Really,
it's Google Ads. That's what it is. So it's Google advertisement. So that is then engineered towards whoever is then watching it. So anyone who has a YouTube account, anything they've been Googling or anything like that, it's then engineered towards them. So there won't be the same adverts for the same people, because they just aren't interested in the same stuff. So the stuff that comes up and is advertised to me is going to be different than the stuff that is advertised to you.
Yeah, because it goes on like your cookies and stuff. Because it's weird as well. You can, like, we can be talking now, but I can guarantee whatever we spoke about, I'll go online and an advert will pop up about something.
Yeah.
Like it'll be mental.
Listening.
Always, Big Brother is always watching. Right, so we're going to go back to your phone and the little game we played.
I haven't received anything yet. It might not even be her number still. So
that's possible. That's possible.
But that was that was about 30 minutes ago. So I've got no idea. I can always message you if you just message me back with a screenshot.
Yes, I can put it in on the video, because what I'm going to do is I tried to use Twitch, but for some reason it's not uploading. So I'm going to do what you've done and go onto YouTube and have the
because I'm also. Yeah, so if you want to look for us, it's the Jaw Dropping Podcast. Just doing
the Jaw Dropping Podcast.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we were trying to think of a name, and it's John, Alex, and Will. So Jaw. So JAW.
Yeah.
So it's Jaw is the nickname for it, but it's the Jaw Dropping Podcast. So that's.
See, I couldn't think of any names. It was like, what am I going to do while I'm talking? What's my name? Tom. Tom Talks. There we go. Yeah. Simple.
TT. There you are. That's your thing. Yeah, we've got the Twitter, and then we're also on Castbox as well, which is like a podcast website, and they also have an app you can get on your phone, so they can.
See, I've signed up to Podbean, which is pretty much probably like that, where you can upload your stuff. I'm also looking at doing it onto Spotify and Apple Music as well, because you can upload somewhere on that as well. But it's trial and error, really. Like, it's just find out what works and what doesn't, and getting the right sort of equipment for. Like, I bought a new microphone, however I can't use it because I've forgotten to bring my adapter for my Mac, because I've only got USB-C ports.
Oh dear.
And not a USB part. And I generally thought it was in my laptop bag, so I've been screwing around for it and been like, where the hell's my adapter? And I can guarantee it's back at home, which is more frustrating. And I've literally brought barely any clothes with me. I brought enough pairs of boxers for each day of the week. I bought
That's what you need, though. You don't need to wear any clothes if you're not going out anywhere. Just in your boxers.
Actually, I'm one of these where I'll wear jeans in the house.
See, I won't wear jeans when it's like this. I wear like joggers.
Well, I wear shorts. However, I've not even brought a single pair of shorts with me, because I generally thought I'll be there a week, 2 at the most, and then I'll be like, right, you need to come back. So, and it's
vastly underestimated.
I'm stuck here with barely anything to wear, no like proper comfies, and I'm just like,
there's your next conquest. I think you should make your own clothing line.
Yes. Yes, could do that. It'd just be shorts. Like my team last year, like my team hated me last year because I moved from one part to the other during the year, and I'm shorts from February till November. I am shorts, and we got an email saying you can wear your shorts in an evening, but if one wears shorts, you all wear shorts. And I was like, nobody's arguing with me. So like, it got to the point of texting me at like 4:30, being like, "Can we wear trousers tonight?" No, shorts. Because it gets so hot in a venue, like it's just nice to feel comfy. And to be fair, the shorts really did look well. Oh, see, no, I love them.
Absolutely despise shorts. I can't wear them. I don't like wearing them, basically. I hate wearing shorts. Always wear trousers. Even like my swimming trunks are like come down to like my knees, and that's like too short. Don't like showing too much skin. That's what it is.
I am that person that will wear shorts when it is snowing.
Yeah.
Like that's just me. And like this year, when I went to my uniform and stuff, I was just like, if I give you another pair of trousers back, can I get another pair of shorts? I've got 2 of each. And they looked at me and I was like, well, you can take all my trousers, I'll just have shorts. And they're like, no. Yeah. I was like, okay, I'll just have 2 pairs of shorts, 2 pairs of trousers. Just because, literally, I'm not kidding you, if you'd have seen the colour of my shorts, the colour of my trousers last year, my trousers were brand spanking new, luminescently blue. Yeah. My shorts were just like, they looked like I looked like I'd owned them for about 15 years. They're just like completely fake because that's all I wore.
Yeah.
Rain, sun, hail, snow in the shorts. In the shorts. So I might actually create my own pair of shorts.
Yeah, do it.
Short brands. That's the thing as well. Tom shorts. That's the thing. It's just trying to keep myself busy. Like, it's hard when you're not in your own space and you haven't got your own stuff. To keep busy is hard.
Yeah, like me and my friends from back home, we always play PlayStation. It's like 4:30. We all go online till about 7ish, and then we all have tea then.
See, and then I'm a PlayStation person. However, back in 2015, my ex sold it.
Oh, yeah.
So my brother gave me his Xbox, and I've never used it. It was only up until last year when I actually started using it. And
you still don't have time as a manager, do you, to do all these things?
But now I'm back. Like I'm here. I'm like, I've been looking on like eBay and stuff, and like, right, where can I get a cheap PlayStation from?
Yeah. Well, the new ones are going to be coming out soon, so it's like, do you save?
Yeah, probably. Christmas treat. But I've been playing that new Star Wars game.
Which one? The Force Awakens?
No, the Fallen Jedi.
Oh, I haven't played that.
The Fallen Order, the Order Fallen, something like that. Really
Fallen
good.
Order,
really
is that the one?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, Fallen Order. Yeah, really good. Like, if you want to get it, I highly recommend you get it.
Yeah. Well, we've been playing Call of Duty Warzone. That's how it started, because Warzone was free. And then we've all managed to get Call of Duty, so we're all playing Call of Duty. So good.
See, I'm more campaign than I am mission online.
Oh, really?
And and to be fair, I don't think they've made a Call of Duty like COD 4 in years. Like,
this one is close. OG. This one is very close to.
See, I think it's too much like Fortnite. The whole basis of it is like based on Fortnite.
Well, the Warzone is.
Yeah.
Because Warzone is the same as Fortnite, which is the same as PUBG and all the other bloody ones that are coming out. You drop in and you last until the very end. That's the aim of the game.
Well, I jumped in and I was playing, and there was one more person, and I was hiding around waiting to try and find them. And it kept saying like the safe zone's moved. And I was like, what the hell's this safe zone? Look behind me, and all this gas is coming. I was like, oh crap, like trying to run away from it. It's like killing me. I was like, how do you get away from this? But then I realised you can drive cars.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise. Yeah, I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Did not realise.
Or you just stay in the circle, just land near the middle.
That's another good point. To be fair, I'd don't have many like Xbox friends because all my mates are on PlayStation. So
well, the Warzone is cross-platform anyway, so you can play PlayStation, PC, and Xbox. Yeah, because it's powered by Activision.
I didn't realise.
Yeah,
I think that's the way they need to go. Is they need to do cross-platform games.
Yeah, just do one because Rocket League's cross-platform as well, I think.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. I played that. That's quite a good game to play.
Yeah, I love Rocket League. Oh.
But see, I'm old school. I just like being able to play a campaign on a game. Like, it bugs me when I got Call of Duty, it took me a week to download it.
It took you a week?
Because it was that big. I had a hard drive that I reformatted. It was a hard drive I used for work, so I had all my work stuff on. So I had to transfer that onto my old MacBook, so it was somewhere safe. I plugged it in, and I think Call of Duty took up about 70 gig out of it.
Oh my God.
And it was just like, what the hell? It's mental, like how big the game is. But yeah, it took a week to download. And I've completed the campaign, and it tells me the story continues in the co-op missions. But for some reason, it won't download the co-op, so I can't even play co-op. I can literally do campaign, or I can do Warzone, and that is literally it.
Yeah, because the online is more downloads as well.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Oh.
But it's the way forward, really.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 is also a very good campaign. Not so much about the online about that one. It's very much the campaign and story is exceptional. It's really good.
Yeah, see, I've heard good reviews about Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2. A bit like GTA in it, but set back in the olden days.
Yeah, it's made by the same people, Rockstar. And then Red Dead was 101 gigabytes, I think, to download onto my hard drive. Came with 2 discs.
See, if you think back, I mean, I'm going old school now, but PlayStation 2, where you used to have an 8 megabyte memory card, and that used to be ample for you.
And then everyone like, you've got a 16 megabyte.
Yeah, people come out like, oh, where did you get that from? And for the really old school people, when you didn't have a memory card and you were playing a game and you used to just have to pause it and not turn the PlayStation off and hope you didn't get a power cut.
Yeah.
Because there was none of this auto saving onto a hard drive. It was literally, if you didn't have a memory card, you were screwed.
Yeah, you just have to start the game again.
Yeah. Oh, right. We're moving on. Has you got a text back yet?
No, I haven't. I've got a feeling it's probably not her number anymore. Because, I mean, it was 2016, so we're talking like 4 years ago now.
Either that or she's read it and she's like, who's this freak? Then just ignored it.
I feel like Fiona would have replied, though.
Probably. I feel like you need to message her on Facebook and be like, did you get my text message?
No, because that would just give it away, wouldn't it? That'd just be a bit weird.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless I send the same message to her on Facebook.
Should you? Go on, I dare you.
Oh,
I've got Chris Tarrant up on next week's episode. I'm going to get him to do the same as well.
Have you actually? That's incredible. Has he ever told you the story about when I phoned him on New Year's Eve?
No.
Right. So New Year's Eve, this is not this year, the year before. Although I did phone him this year to keep it the tradition. But the year before, I'd already found out that I was going to Doniford to be Ents manager. And I knew that he was going to be my area manager. It ended up being Xander for whatever reason, because Xander took on a few extra parks and Chris was doing other stuff as well.
Yeah.
And I really, really drunk, phoned him, right? Didn't get through, obviously, because Chris was probably partying hard, as Chris would do, and left him a voice message.
Oh,
now,
God,
I don't know exactly what was in the voice message, but Chris Tarrant was saying that all I was saying was like, Chris, I love you. We're going to have such a great year this year. And I was like apparently slurring my words and stuff. So you'll have to ask him about it.
Well.
And see
we're recording on... Well, I'm on his on Sunday, and then we're recording mine on Monday, so I've got time to edit it. Because obviously this goes out tonight, so it's pretty much quite a quick turnaround to edit this and get it up and loaded.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he's going to be on Monday, so I'm going to get him to do the send or delete. And obviously, he's probably got some quite juicy contacts.
Yes, he probably has some incredible contacts.
So I'm going to think of a really good text message that he could send.
Yeah.
And then I might actually do it. You know, like, what's his face? Michael McIntyre sent to all.
Where you choose. Oh, no, you send it to everyone.
Everyone in his contacts and see who replies back.
Oh, my God.
See what he's up. See if he's up for it.
Okay, so I've sent the same message to Fiona, but on Facebook. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I don't even think I've got her as a friend anymore on Facebook.
Yeah, I think did she leave that year? I can't remember if she left.
2016, she left.
Yeah, I can't remember if she left Perrin. I knew she left Perrin, but I can't remember if she went somewhere else. I feel like she did, but I don't know.
I don't know. People have left and come back so many times. Like, I've literally worked for the same business for 10 years.
Yeah, I did 5.
Like, and to be fair, it's mental when I think about it because it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, if I think about like when I first started at Haven, I'm like, wow, that was a really long time ago. Because I was fresh out of uni. I just finished my university course. And I went up to Carla Gran in Blackpool. And it was incredible. I had so much fun. And I had Lisa Ann as my... do you remember Lisa Ann?
Yes, I remember Lisa.
Who was going out with...
Dan Sadler.
Yeah. They're not going out anymore, Yeah. Yeah, she was my manager. And then I also had George Akid, if you remember George Akid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the presenter. Then we had Kim Dean. Do you remember Kim Dean?
Yeah, I remember Kim.
Yeah, I had Kim Dean. Then we also had Matt Oakton. Remember Matt Oakton? He was...
No.
Don't remember Matt Oakton.
I probably will if I saw him.
Yeah. And then we had... Who else was on our team? Kitty Roberts was on our team, who was at Seaview this year with... No, not this year. The year just gone. Was at Seaview.
Yeah, Kitty, yeah.
Yeah. And then we had Hannah Stone as well. Do you remember Hannah Stone?
Yeah.
And I think that was it.
See, I look back to my first ever season, and literally out of the entire team, with the original team from my first season, there's just me left. But then if you take into account Luke Hartthorne that came in, he joined my team in 2012. So there's literally just us two from that first year that are still working. Well, that's it. That was his first season. But yeah, like we're the only ones sort of still in the game. Really, it's mental because a lot of people I know like got married, had kids, and are just doing a simple 9-to-5 job now. And it's funny because I was never one for entertainment. Like I've not done anything entertainment-wise at college. I didn't do drama. I was bullied at school. I was a shy kid. Like I wouldn't say boo to a goose. And then when I was like 17, we moved from York to the coast. And when I turned 18, I started, when I was 17, I started working as a glass collector at Blue Dolphin Holiday Park.
Yeah.
And then just before my 18th birthday, an opportunity arose for me to get onto the Ents team. So I went for an interview with Mickey Dobson when he was regional. I had a meeting with him and literally walked into the meeting, had a chat with him, and he was like, yeah, you can all go to start next week. And it was literally just like, what have I just done? Like, honestly, if you just see me on that stage in my first year, if you tune into Chris's show on Sunday, you'll see some footage from my first few seasons. Like,
oh, Christ.
I mean, I still can't dance now. However, it was just, I look back and I'm just like, oh my God, what am I doing? How did anybody give me a job? Like, even presenting, I just remember one day walking into work and he literally just handed me, because he was the regional, and then he took over. And I just remember walking in one day. All I'd been since I've been there was just dance floor and piano, and that was it. And I walked into work, and he went, "There's a microphone." I was like, "What's this for?" He went, "Oh, you're presenting your Go Tops in 2 minutes." I was like, "What?" Like, never picked up a microphone in my life, and then did that, and I just went out there and just literally, I can't even remember it. I think it must have been diabolical. Must have been. I don't even. People were laughing, but I don't know if they were laughing at me or just with me. Or
that's fine.
what.
It doesn't matter. That's your job. If they're laughing at you, that's fine because they're laughing.
And then I remember I walked off stage and it was like, right, there's the mic. I was like, what am I doing now? It's like, Greedy's Party in the Dark.
I loved Greedy's Party in the Dark. Oh.
And he was like, you're going out and do Greedy. And I was just like, I didn't know any of the dances. Like, I was literally talking to Greedy. I was just like, what am I doing, mate? And I was just copying him behind him. Like, there was like Greedy and me behind him, just like copying. It was funny as, like, but they were the days. And then, but to be fair, I look at it now, look at where the entertainment was to where it's come to, especially in like the last 2 years, like, it's come on leaps and bounds. Like we've got interactive treasure hunts now. We've got
I'm like kind of sad that I couldn't go to training this year because I was like all the new stuff and that I was getting all excited and I was like, but wait, I'm not going to get to do any of it because I'm not like even anymore.
Even watching like the preview nights and stuff, the content for theatre company and like the Ents parks as well are just phenomenal. Like, I mean, Haggerston's the first park I've worked at with a screen. And I was always like, there's no big deal about it. It's the same as a non-screen, but it's complete, like just having that screen, the effect it can give is just phenomenal. Like
using it in the right way.
Yeah, like we can do like the go live on tour. So you can go off, film stuff, pre-film it and put it onto the screen. Like the ability it gives you is just phenomenal. Like,
because that's what I did for the Halloween game show. I did like a spin on Taskmaster where I gave my guys like different tasks they had to complete and turned it into a game show. So I had some live games and then some games where they just got to see what I'd asked them to do. So like one of them was them, they had to create like a movie trailer, like a scary movie trailer of their choice.
Yeah.
And they come up with some really good stuff.
I mean, that's the thing though, like with technology now, like there's so much stuff we can do in entertainment and it gives you more freedom and creativity to be able to use what they give you, but make it your own kind of thing. It's great. I still remember like the old Fun Factor stuff, like that seems like a distant memory now. Guns Roulette used to be my favourite game show to, like, not even to present. I used to love being a contestant on Guns Roulette. Yeah. Like it was just great. Like, and then to be fair, when it went, it was like, oh yeah, but I mean, the worst game show I thought was Challenge Haven. And I don't know if that was just at my park.
I never did Challenge Haven, so I don't really know. Was that like Team versus Guests? Because I've done Team versus Guests.
No, it was Challenge Haven was literally men v women in the audience. Yeah. So you'd have to present it on stage. Presenting it with a voiceover doing like the questions, and you'd have like two like boxes with plastic tubes. And
are they the blue one and the red one?
Yeah, and then they'd have like the soft play balls and they'd have to come and vote. But people coming down just weren't engaging with that game show whatsoever. Like I used to do the stage walk for it, and it just used to like you'd have to go around and throw balls at people to get them to come up and actually vote. Like, but the game shows this year are insane. Like with this one, and it's like what's happening here, and it's all about social media and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like you can do your own questions, like how many followers does Cristiano Ronaldo have and stuff like that. So and it can be live as well, because if you've got a screen, you can pull up Twitter, search it, and then pull it up straight to the screen so they can see the correct answer.
Yeah. So like, how close is this person and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, I think we're coming towards the end.
Yes, I think so. Yeah,
quite a good while. I mean, I'm going to have to edit this because we have talked about utter bollocks a lot of the time as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I'm like, I just press record, I do a little intro, and I kind of keep to my notes that I've got. But whatever happens. If it's funny, I leave it in. If it ain't, then just cut it, get rid of it. You don't need it.
Well, I've got that fun task to do later today. Literally, my laptop was at 100% when I started. It's now 13, so I'm going to put it on charge for a bit before I edit it. But it should be good. But yeah, check it out on YouTube. I'll
I will
drop you a message when it's on as well.
Yeah, and I'll have to let you know if Fiona messages me back. She hasn't seen it yet, so I'll let you know, and you can put it in the description or something. I don't know.
I'll put it in. You send it. I'll put a screenshot and be like at the start. In the middle and show it off.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right. Well, I'll catch you later, Alex. Thank you for joining the first episode of Tom Talks.
Brilliant. I love it.
And I'll have to jump onto yours.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know whether we're doing guests or not. I was going to suggest it to the other two, John and Will, about maybe doing a guest like every, I don't know, 5 episodes, maybe.
Yeah.
Not one every episode, because I don't know if we'd be able to, if it goes on for a substantial amount of time, if we'd be able to do that.
Get somebody on. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Whereas every 5, we can kind of be like, well, we've had a month's worth, and then you've got like one extra one where you have a special guest, and then you have another month's worth, blah, blah, blah,
yeah.
And do it like that, because it gives us, 4 or 3 weeks to kind of work out who we're going to have on the actual show. But we'll see what happens. If so, I will definitely put you on the list for coming onto the Jaw Dropping podcast.
Definitely there.
Sweet, love it.
Amazing. Well, thank you for joining. That's been Tom Talks, and I'll see you next week.